All right. Well, I guess I never really thought about it. I mean, I have, but I haven't, as far as like doing it as like a side gig. But honestly, I was thinking that it's not easy to get distributors, obviously, for B series, especially for VTEC motors. Um, Aside from them just not being very many out there, because there's obviously less B series VTEC motors than probably any other motor that Honda ever created in the United States. So, with that being said, there's obviously not very many of them. But also, aside from that, there's a lot less OBD1 VTEC distributors because OBD1 only came on the Del Sol B16, which are not very many of those, and then also the OBD1 GSR, which only came out in 2 years, so 94, 95. So those would be the only OEM original VTEC B series distributors that you could actually get your hands on. But there is definitely a way to make a OBD1 B series distributor VTEC with the bodies or even with aftermarket bodies and some OEM parts, and then swapping over harnesses from like a single cam, like the magnetic pickups inside. So you have a OBD1 distributor or OBD2 that's been converted to OBD1. Either way, it is something that I am thinking about actually starting to work on because I do have a lot of distributors, and then I do have ones like this that are just like they just look like crap. But irregardless, it's still that is an OEM body with an aftermarket cap and aftermarket wires. So someone has obviously been in here and converted this VTEC body to OBD2. Same with this one. This is an aftermarket one, but they chopped the harness on this, and I think they bought this for an OBD2B. So they had it on a 99 2000 SI, but they had a OBD2A harness on there, blah, 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 stuff like that. So, irregardless, what I've been thinking about doing is starting to consolidate a lot of the distributors and stuff that I have, pull them apart, get the bodies ready, clean them up, and then sort of start manufacturing or making my own rebuilt distributors with either OEM parts that I have that are good or aftermarket parts that are brand new and then verified. Obviously, I would like to use OEM stuff, but again, it's hard to find that's still in good condition. Obviously, being 30 years old or thereabout. But like I did say in one of my other videos on the rebuild video, you can use distributor parts from single cams, put them in dual cams, the igniter, the coil, and all that stuff. Like I said, I'll have to do some more research on the performance aspect of that because I honestly don't know that whether the B series and single cam produce more spark for the coil. I don't know, but I do know that they work. If you just need to get it fixed and have a distributor that is working, you can use those parts. But irregardless, it's something that I've been thinking about taking some of these apart, utilizing good bodies, utilizing good parts, and then sort of doing a in-house remanufacturing process, and then also maybe start having customers send theirs in to do conversions or something of the sort because running jumper harnesses is kind of ugly. And why not just have a good looking distributor? I mean, we could make them look really nice. So yeah, let me know if you think that that's a good idea. I know this video was kind of long, longer than I wanted it to be, but I wanted to get my whole point across of what it would be if I started redoing the B series distributors, and it wouldn't be just VTEC ones. Obviously, it would be LS and stuff. But let me know what you think. Let me know if that would help you out. If you have a distributor that you do need rebuilt or anything like that, hit me up. We might have the parts you need, and we'll talk to you guys later.